Sometime go. Oh man, that's so cold. I can't stand how cold it is. Ooh, I'm cold. I'm actually freezing my butt off right now. Not good. Not good at all. Oh, that's cold. Ooh. Can't believe how cold it is. I have to freaking work like this. Oh. It's so bad.
It's obvious.
Okay, that's 1460, I guess.
Water will be
contractor. Molly Ball in the Wall Street Journal wrote a piece, "What Nikki Haley's really doing by staying in." I thought, oh, that's funny, because I just read this first article and thought, what is she doing by staying in? And there it is, right in the headline, and I clicked on it, didn't come within a mile of answering the question. Hardly even tried. So, moving along. I love the Supreme Court wrangling over constitutional issues. I've been fascinated by it since I was a kid. I thought I was going to become a lawyer. Decided not to for various reasons, but I still love to follow it.
What's the number one reason you pulled the plug on becoming a lawyer?
I couldn't stand the idea of being in school anymore. I had planned all along on going to grad school, and I got, number one, I got married during my undergrad, but I thought, I want to go out and do something in the world. I want to make some noise. I want to work. I want to make some money. I want to get in the game.
That's funny. The world is full of, right now, people who are the exact opposite. I want to keep going to college forever, getting more and more irrelevant degrees, rather than go out and face the world.
I hated the idea. And like, it's not unique to me or you or all the folks listening. I have learned 50 times as much.
Oh, yeah.
College than I learned in college, and I had a good college experience at a good school, but yeah, I mean, the idea that you've got to have formal education to learn is silly.
Right, that should be the number one thing. You don't have to beat it into young people. Why would I say that?
I'm not sure that's a good teaching technique.
Repeat endlessly. Yeah, if you want to learn about, pick a topic, go ahead. Used to be go to the library, now go online. Yeah, you can watch endless lectures about whatever you're interested in, or tutorials or whatever. You don't
then do independent reading, then get in an online or live group of fellow enthusiasts, and you can become an expert in virtually anything. It's kind of a cool time to be alive if you're into that. But anyway, the reason I brought that up was when it comes to cases dealing with social media, and whether they're the public square or are they a publisher, and should they regulate the content or should they not? Should they limit free speech, and do they have the right to speak? I got to admit, I just space out these days because it's all changing so rapidly. Then you've got 80-year-old senators who don't know how to text somebody, trying to regulate, the Mark Zuckerbergs, who is evil. But they have no idea what they're talking about. Their poor staffers are trying to get them to understand it. I think none of this is going to come to anything. By the time anybody decides anything, it's going to be completely different. So, I don't know, tweet your Nazi garbage, or don't, or regulate it, or just no child porn. We're all against that, but I can't get worked up about this stuff. Now, let me say this. I'm sorry, did you have a comment?
I was just going to say, if we can't figure this out, how are they going to regulate AI? I mean, if they're too old to understand, texting and Twitter or whatever, how are you going to regulate AI?
Or, putting aside the mocking of the elderly aside, which is really fairly inappropriate for a man of my age.
I think it's a good time.
It's not just that you have to be old, but that the number of people who truly understand the emerging technologies is pretty limited. I mean, I get the broad outlines of it, but to the
something that can be done easily. I think one of the reasons it's not happening is, like you're just saying, it's regulated how? It's not like it's obviously simple. Like when it's with meat, you can't sell poison meat. Done.
That's a good, clear-cut guideline. I agree with it. This reminds me of the absolutely brilliant illustration that Tim Sandifer has used in various settings throughout the years. All Congress will do is they will declare, they will legislate the creation of the Department of Keeping AI from Being Bad. And they will empower the bureaucrats in said department to make sure AI does stuff that is good and not do stuff that is bad. And they will pass reams of regulations through the years, most of which will be ignored until they want to punish someone specifically. Then they'll drag those out and make it impossible to do their business. So, anyway, moving along. So, I'm sorry, the reason I brought that stuff is the Supreme Court referred to the constitutionality of a pair of state laws that seek to prevent online platforms from moderating their users' posts. By the end, it seemed clear the court was unwilling to accept either side's conception of what social media is. Is it an edited publication entitled to full First Amendment freedoms, or is it a common carrier like a phone company that must transmit information without discriminating among its users? This might be one of those cases that happens as mankind creates new technologies that none of our old conceptions are very useful.
Right? Sure.
And again, I don't know. I don't feel like jumping in that pool and swimming.
But I think this relates. What was I watching the other night? I think it was one of your late night talk shows, Seth Meyers. The guest on there said, can I cuss on here? And he said, no, we can't really. He said, how come? He said, I see cussing on other channels. Well, that's a cable channel. This is the net. And he was like, what? I know. I mean, how silly is that?
That's very silly.
Whatever. I mean, you're just talking about old conceptions and everything like it. What the hell?
Well, Jack, the reason that's still valid is that young people watch entirely network TV.
It's the opposite. Who under 50 even understands the idea of a network broadcast through the air? The airwaves belong to the public. Who under 50 even has the slightest idea of that? If got rules.
That's right, here.
The NBC that don't apply to every other channel that you're watching. It's hilarious. Same with radio. A podcast you're listening to in your car can say anything, but I don't. Who knows?
Yeah. That's why sometimes on the Armstrong and Getty One More Thing podcast, which never airs, it's just a podcast, there are swears.
Right.
So listen at your own caution. All right. Anyway. So, do we have time for squeeze one more story in? It's funny how this kind of came and went, but it's still ongoing. The Fonnie Willis question down there in Fulton County, Georgia.
Live today, yes, I'm excited.
She was absolutely knocking boots with her buddy, Mr. Wade, long before he was hired to make hundreds of thousands of dollars prosecuting Donald Trump. It is so clearly a scam to enrich her boyfriend so they could live off the spoils of the taxpayer dollars. Cell phone data shows that prosecutor Nathan Wade's cell phone was in her hood, right by her house, dozens of times, before he was hired to the case.
I mean, you can avoid this by not using taxpayer money to do things you shouldn't do, but man, to have this private part of your life, it's going to be on TV. The drama's on TV again today. The TV in the courtroom live with, this is the other lawyer who said she knew they were having an affair beforehand, is going to be on the stand in question today. All afternoon. Cable news will take it wall to wall.
Yeah, the cell phone records indicated multiple times when he arrived late at night and left in the morning.
Hard to explain. Must have been working on something.
I was my cat was missing.
How about the fact? How about, ladies and gentlemen, just the fact that this exists? Whatever you're doing in your life, toward or untoward, there is cell phone data showing where you were when. How do you like that? And if for any reason it's ever needed, apparently it's accessible. How do you like that?
I'm gonna call my lawyer.
Gonna is going to.
Isn't that? Yeah, well, now if a crime is committed, you can go back in time through your cell phone records and figure out all kinds of crap.
There is illustrated beautifully the ease and simplicity of following the law and being faithful to your spouse. Nothing could be easier. Now, granted, Judy has me on a leash, but it's the kind that, like, is a reel, and it goes out like 20 feet. Then she can lock it. But, you know, I don't have to worry about where I was because I wasn't anywhere I'm not supposed to be.
Right. But just the fact that we're being tracked, and if it ever comes up, somebody can access that.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Signed Xi Jinping.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's the dream come true of a totalitarian society.
Oh, absolutely. A lot more on the way. You can comment anytime on any of these stories. Text line 415-295-KFTC.
Armstrong and Getty.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author, executive producer, and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who've retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money's never at risk if the market crashes. That's right, if the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money saved, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie at 1-800-506-2020. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you can get it completely free. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call right now, 1-800-506-2020. That's 1-800-506-2020. Again, that's 1-800-506-2020.
Zero Res is having a fabulous flash sale today only. Don't miss out today. Just $43 per room of carpet or tile cleaned, but you must call today and ask for the Armstrong and Getty special. Yeah, we'll tell you how to get a hold of Zero Res in just a second, but that's a heck of a deal today only, the big flash sale. You know, your carpet's one of the biggest investments of your home, and you take care of it by cleaning it on a regular basis. Also, you want to breathe cleaner air? Yeah, the biggest filter in your home is your carpet. You want clean air, you gotta get your carpet clean.
What do you mean my carpet's filter? Well, it catches all sorts of dirt and dander and hair and germs and dead skin. That's right, and it gets stuck in your carpet, so you have it deep cleaned periodically, like right now. Call Zero Res right now. Get the Armstrong and Getty special, $43 per room of carpet or tile clean today. 877-321-0739. That's 877-321-0739. ZeroResBayArea.com.
Let's see. Something's different for dinner. Searching restaurants near me.
Right here, ma'am. How can we help you?
Same old, same old.
Wait, we're right here, ma'am. Our restaurant's just a few blocks from you. Why is she not seeing us?
Back to the usual, I guess.
Ma'am, can you not see us?
Nope, they can't see you. Because you're buried deep in the list of local restaurants. You are invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost, get found, get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com. They demand total loyalty. The so-called patriots Republican Eric Early loves the Second Amendment. Early's so extreme, he even opposes a ban on assault weapons. MAGA Republican Eric Early, way more dangerous than Steve Garvey. Steve Garvey dodges Trump, refuses to say if he'll vote for Trump now. Steve Garvey even said he might vote for Joe Biden, while Eric Early calls Biden the worst president of my lifetime. MAGA Republican Eric Early for U.S. Senate. Too MAGA, too Trump, too dangerous for California.
I'm Katie Porter, candidate for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Katie Porter for Senate.
There was only 1 hour available, and they gave it to me. Ryan Sussman here, back on KSFO every Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. The news and views you will not hear anywhere else. Live, local, me, Ryan Sussman, on my favorite radio station, Wednesdays, 6 to 7 o'clock. Right here on KSFO, Wednesdays, 6 to 7 p.m.
Political news this weekend, former President Trump won the Republican primary by 20 points in Nikki Haley's home state of South Carolina. Haley is still refusing to drop out of the race. Say what you want about her, but she's really earning that participation trophy. I gotta say, she's hanging in there.
Michigan is voting today their primary, and Trump's likely to run away with that too, although for some reason that's been looking polling in Michigan. The big deal is going to be how many people turn out for Joe Biden, or is there some sign that that whole stay-home pro-Muslim vote thingy has an effect? Maybe we'll know by tomorrow.
That will be interesting to see, yeah.
Joe brought us this story earlier, the idea that there are moms across the country pimping out their girls on social media.
Yeah, exactly. These mom-run, almost entirely moms. There are probably some dads somewhere, but these Instagram accounts where they tart up their preteen and teenage daughters and have erotic Instagram feeds, not pornographic, but that are heavily trafficked by child pervs, pedophiles, and the rest of it. And they make a bunch of money doing it, and they pimp out their little girls.
Yeah, and then the question I had was, so are the moms trying to attract adult men? Or do they think it's other girls that are looking at this stuff?
Oh no, they are well aware that it's adult men.
Okay, well, we got this text I thought was interesting. Hey there, I'll try to keep this short and to the point on the subject. I can tell you first how it is to have a child influencer, because that's what this girl is, a child influencer. My son, who is 17, is dating a pretty famous influencer. She has close to 1 million followers online. Her mom is a genuinely nice person. Our kids have been dating for more than a year, but so many times the poor girl has been at our home and has broken down because she wants to be a normal kid. She wants to go to school, make friends, attend school dances. I've seen it during our family outings. We've brought her with us, and her mom would interrupt whatever we were doing at the time and remind her that she needs to post. Isn't that interesting?
Interesting's one word for it.
And I'm not saying one phone call, like multiple phone calls. Many times we saw this break out into an argument, and then right after tears would follow from her. The very first time my son brought her home, I made it extremely clear to her that we're a private family, and that there are men in my house, my husband and other sons, and you will not be showing the amount of skin that you show online. She admitted to me that deep inside she doesn't think it's really weird that her mom posts these videos of her dressed a certain way. Anyway, I can tell you most of these young girls are torn because on one hand, you have the fame, the money, the intention, and they don't want to upset their moms. On the other hand, so many want to leave and not have to work, using finger quotes, to use their body for income.
Her mom's a parasite. It's a dysfunctional relationship, whether it's 90-10, good and parasitic, or the reverse is in the eye of the beholder, I guess. That made me sad.
Well, heck yeah, it makes you sad. You're a child, though. I mean, what are you going to have the adult wisdom to realize your mom's a nut and then go where? Yeah,
and a forcefulness to break that off. Because the description from this